Today we're here in the town of Eastham, Massachusetts, out on Cape Cod. We're going to be touring the Old Cove Burying Ground, a cemetery that is the final resting place of 3 pilgrims that came over on the Mayflower in the year 1620. Let's have a look. So here we are at the Cove Burying Ground. This is the site of the original Congregational Church in Eastham. And in this churchyard are the marked graves of 3 Mayflower passengers. Lieutenant Joseph Rogers, 1608 to 1678. Constant Hopkins, 1605 to 1677. And Giles Hopkins, 1607 to 1690. This property has been placed on the National Register of Historic Places by the United States Department of Interior. All right, let's check it out. So one of the first stones we come across is one that was mentioned on the sign up front. Constant Hopkins Snow, 1605 to 1677. Mayflower passenger. Wife of Nicholas Snow, Eastham's first town clerk, from 1646 to 1662, placed by her descendants 1966. And as you can see, this is still a very active headstone here. There's lots of memorials and gifts, offerings left, seashells, low family tree, 10th generation Constant Hopkins. 2023 that was placed here just this year. And up top some change and some other gifts. A Mayflower passenger right here in Eastham, Massachusetts. So let's take a walk around and see what some of these other stones are. We still got 2 more Mayflower passengers to search for as well. Disregard my mumbling. It's always so cold out here this time of year. My lips are numb and it's hard to speak. Here lies the body of Mr. Daniel Cole. June the 15th, 1736. In the 70th year of his age. Right next door, here lies the body of Mrs. Mercy Cole, wife of Mr. Daniel Cole, December 25th, 1735, in the 63rd year of her age. Those are beautiful stones. Excellent condition. Look at the beautiful carvings. The skull with the wings, I always love that one. The cemetery borders a couple of private properties, as you can see there. Some very historic homes out here this way, as you can imagine. This one is just a stone with the placard. Giles Hopkins, 1607 to 1690, Mayflower passenger, placed by his descendants in 1966. Interesting. Another Mayflower passenger, all the way out here in this small little graveyard. Here we have a little group of stones that's encased by this border here. Here lies the body of Edmonds. Lieutenant? What is this? L-I-E-V? Edmund Freeman. Died in 1718 in the 63rd year of his age. So I wonder if the rest of these stones are Freeman as well. Likely. Just has an M and an F. You can see that has the beautiful carving with the winged skull. John Freeman. No date, at least not one that I can read. It's pretty windy out here, as you can tell. It's a gorgeous day. But it's starting to get a little chilly. Here lies the body of Major John Freeman. Died in 1719. In the 98th year of his age. Wow. 98 years old. Back then, that's quite the feat. These have some offerings placed here as well and some gifts. Interesting. So these are still visited. I wonder if the neighboring houses here are related to them still. Here lies buried the body of Marcy Freeman, wife to Major John Freeman. And she lived to be 80 years old. Wow. Died September 1711. That's a beautifully designed stone. Here's another interesting plaque that has a lot of information on it. In memory of John Doane, founder of the Doane family in America. He was born about 1590, died February 1685. Came to Plymouth about 1630, where he was the deacon of the church deputy to the general court, one of the assistants to the governor, member of the committee to revise the laws in 1636, one of the founders of Eastham in 1644, and deacon of the first church here and deputy to the court. This plaque was erected by his descendants in 1907. Wow. What an amazing piece of history right there. Born about 1590, it says. And he came over in 1630. The Mayflower arrived in 1620, so just 10 years after. John Doane. And again, people have left some gifts here on the Moe family tree. John and Daniel, 9th and 10th generation Doane. 2023 it was placed again, so these are all just from this year. Some stones, seashell, fishing lure, interesting, quarter, and some pieces of quartz. And behind it there's some stones as well. We've got Daniel Doane, a descendant. That's a really old stone there. I wonder what year that's from. Some of these I've realized in this cemetery don't have dates, just names, but you get a rough idea. Early 18th century, late 17th century. Here lies the body of Deacon Daniel Doane. Died in the year 1712. 76 years. They live a long time out here on Cape Cod. I guess it's that fresh ocean air. Or all the fish they eat, all the cod. That's quite interesting. But we're almost done here. There's just a couple more left along the outskirts there. Here's one more plaque. Oh, this is someone different. I thought this was part of the same. Again, the Moe family tree. Interesting why they always say Moe family tree. Ralph Smith, 9th generation. To the memory of Ralph Smith, born at Hingham, England, 1610. Leading figure in founding Hingham, Massachusetts, 1633. Removed to Eastham about 1654, died there in 1685. A pioneer of distinction. Erected by the Association of Descendants of Ralph Smith, June 1946. Whole group of stones over here. These, wow, these are interesting. These are just like rock. A rock with a carving in it. It's not even really shaped into a tombstone so much. There is some inscriptions on them. Yeah, you can see there's some carving in there. But no, I get a lot of suggestions that I should come with a flashlight and get a little side angle on it, but I always forget to bring my flashlight with me. One of these days I'll have to do so. There's a lot of these. Yeah, I don't see. Here's one that has some information on it. It's all broken off at the top. It's really sharp edge here. Sad. Here lies the body of Ebenezer Harding. Died in 1747, in the 35th year of his age. And here we have another Mayflower passenger. Lieutenant Joseph Rogers, 1607 to 1678, Mayflower passenger. Commissioned Plymouth Colony Militia, 1647. Placed by his descendants in 1966. Here lies the body of Joshua Doane. He died in 1743. Now the Doane family name we saw earlier behind us, I wonder why he's up here all by himself and not with the rest of the family plot. This one's about to topple over. Looks old, but I can't quite get a reading on it. These letters are really worn down at the top. At the bottom it looks like 51 years old. I can't see it. I can't make it out. Maybe I can do some research online and find out what that one says. Here lies buried the body of, what does this say? Dr. David Doane, who died November 18th, 1748. That's another Doane family name, which is interesting because earlier we were looking at the Doane family and they were all the way in the back of the cemetery there, so I'm not sure why some of them are scattered out here. What else we got over here? Here lies buried the body of Captain Samuel Freeman. Died in 1742 in the 82nd year of his age. Again, another guy who lived to be over 80. That's quite interesting, especially for 18th century America. This one's a little bit more difficult to read. Elizabeth, I can't read it. Higgins, oh, the last name is Higgins. Died in 1744. Elizabeth Higgins, 63 years old. Here lies the body of Mr. Samuel Brown, 1739, 48 years. Here lies the body of Thomas Mulford, age 66 years, died in 1706. Wow, that's an oldie. Here lies buried the body of Captain Jonathan Sparrow, aged 78 years, died 1706. Sea captain. Interesting. This one says, here rests the dust of Richard Sparrow and his wife Pandora, who came from Kent County, England about 1633 and settled in Plymouth about 1650. They came to Eastham and settled near this place where he died January 1660. Here also rests Jonathan Sparrow, only child of Richard, together with his first two wives, Rebecca Bangs and Hannah Prince. He settled in the part of Eastham, now East Orleans, where after filling many offices of honor and trusting both church and state, he died March 21st, 1706, age 78. In memory of these early settlers of our country, we, their descendants, have erected this tablet in his centennial year of our American independence, 1876. 100 years after the Declaration of Independence, this stone was placed here. Well, that's going to do it for this video, guys. I hope you've enjoyed. If so, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Once again, thanks for watching.